Hi parents, I wanted to create a quick video to kind of go over what it's going to look like when we go to distance learning. If you haven't heard, starting on November 30th, we will be learning from home every single day that we have school. So I think the only day and the time that we're learning from home that we have off would be January 4th. So from November 30th to January 15th, every Monday through Friday except for the 4th, your child should be at home learning. They're not going to be able to come to school. It was a district decision. So I wanted to real quickly go through here and explain what's going to go on. So it's going to look the same as it's looked from the beginning of the year, as well as what it's looked like for the days they should have been learning at home. So number one thing you're going to do, every morning at 9:30 they should be on Teams, and we actually have a live meeting right at 9:30, so you might want to get them up and have them ready a few minutes early. At least get the computer on and logged on and just, kind of be ready to go. They should also eat their breakfast usually before 9:30. It's kind of hard for them to learn and eat at the same time. So if they could eat 9 o'clock, get things going, that would be wonderful. So you're going to come into your Teams. You're going to go to your homeroom. That's the only thing I'm going to post on is homeroom. Now, they're learning from home days. They've been going to these checklists. I will post a daily checklist, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So it'll look like this. I'll say good morning to everybody. Make sure you go to your prep at this time, yada, yada. You need to meet live with me at 9:30. So here's what our checklist will look like. If your child they're both in the same document, so A and B students. Basically, all students in my class, A and B students, are going to meet live with me at 9:30. So right at 9:30, they should be ready to go. We're going to do our ELA/reading learning block. So I will meet live with them. They are given grades. They are given attendance for showing up. So if your child does not come to the live meeting, they're counted as absent. If they are not able to make it to that live meeting, you still need to call the school and excuse them for being absent, because they will be considered absent. Right after that, so I've put here the highlighted times, they need to go to their prep. Now here's where the difference is. My A students, Shaquille, Olivia, EJ, Imani, Xavier, Ava, Randolph, and Shania. At 10:30 on Mondays, you go to technology. My B students, Jason, Josiah, Miracle, Addison, Marquise, Luke, Miklo, Miguel, Brian, Nevea. On Mondays at 10:30, you go to music, okay? So then you can just go through and follow your checklist. So after our ELA meeting, they're going to get on that Pear Deck. Remember, that Pear Deck is under assignments. So in your Teams, under assignments, it'll tell you the week. So right now I have Thanksgiving weekend, but I also have the Pear Deck assignments for the week of the 30th. You need to be doing ELA and math Pear Decks. These are graded. This is the grade, one of the big grades they're given from learning at home. Then, so it says do your Pear Deck after we meet live. Then you get a break. Then there's writing period. Okay, it says complete the writing prompt in the ELA Pear Deck. Well, there's only one prompt in there, so maybe on Monday they do the prompt, or they wait and do it on Tuesday. During this time, if you need something else to fill this time, you can either be working on that Pear Deck, go back and work on that Pear Deck. There's a worksheets and a packet that I sent home that they can be working on. They could start working on Waterford. Whatever you have time for, this is what you fill in that time with. Now 11 to 25 to 12:20 is a support time. That's kind of like intervention. So for most kids, they're going to be getting on IXL. And I sent all of their logins on one sheet home in the packet that I sent home. If you do not have your packet yet, I will find time to bring it to you if your child doesn't pick it up next week. But 20 minutes of language arts, 20 minutes of math. There is a video on how to do IXL. And if you ever need those how-to videos, you can go to your Teams. You can go to our homeroom. And then up here in Files, there is a document called class materials that you're going to go into. Maybe. There we go. And then how-to video links. This will pop up a bunch of different links. So how do I do Waterford? How do I do IXL? How do I do, anything that your child should look like. So these were the learning from home days that I sent home. Well, now they're learning from home every single day, Monday through Friday. So there's no really A-B schedule right now. All these videos are here. You can go and watch them as many times as you would like. So here's the IXL. They'll be logging into that. So they go to Language Arts for 20 minutes. You're going to have to time them because there's no timer on there so I would just set a 20-minute timer on your cell phone, or if you have an alarm clock, 20 minutes, and then have them move on and go over to math. So the next part, by the way, there are some friends that I may be meeting with live at this time if they need extra support. So if they've been struggling with reading or they've been struggling with math and I feel like I need to meet with them and give them extra work, I will contact you and let you know who I need to meet with. The next thing that they do is they eat lunch. Please make sure they're eating at this time and not during our live times. Like I said, it's just really hard and kind of distracting when they're eating while we're trying to learn. So then at 12:50 to 1:50, we have our live session for math. So they get on live with a teacher who's going to be talking in person at 9:30, at 10:30, at 12:50. So they're going to meet with me. We're going to do our math lesson. And then after that, they're going to get started on Pear Deck. If you remember from the beginning of the year, I usually try to give them a little bit of extra time during our live meeting time, if we have that time, so that they can start working on Pear Deck. 1:50 to 2:05 is some exercise time. Get them up and moving, let them play. Then after that, we have the story of the week. So we've got our YouTube where they can listen to the story from Journeys, and then they can start working in this Journeys book. In their Pear Deck are the sight words and the spelling words. Those are very important for first grade. They need to be practicing those sight words. They need to be practicing those spelling patterns. But there is some of that in here and in this paper packet as well. So then the very last part of their day is going to be their online time. So they're going to either be getting on Waterford if they have it, and I put on here for A-Day students, these are the students that do have access to Waterford, and these are the students that do not. Now they're going to be doing extra time on that IXL. So if you are a student that does not have access to Waterford, you're going to do IXL for 40 minutes for reading a day and 40 minutes for math. Okay? So my friends with Waterford, they'd click here, go to their name. My friends on IXL, you're going to click this link and you're going to log in using your 6-digit student ID, and then a 1 is your password, and that's on your login sheet. Waterford, you don't need a login for. I did the same thing here with B students. These are my friends that have Waterford access. They're going to get on there for 20 minutes, but because these friends don't, they're going to do an extra round of language arts and math on IXL. So everyone in the class should be now getting on IXL, and then everyone who has access to Waterford is getting on Waterford. Everyone who does not have access is again getting on IXL. I know it seems like a lot, but this is the best platform we have that I can keep all the kids working at the level they should be working at. So basically, once the end of the day is done, if they get their stuff done at 2:45 and they have completed everything on this checklist, they're done at 2:45. If they don't get all their stuff done, like for example, the Pear Deck, that doesn't have to be done all on Monday. It will last throughout the whole week. So just have them do 1 or 2 pages of the ELA Pear Deck. Have them do 1 or 2 pages on Tuesday, 1 or 2 pages on Wednesday. They can go back in. You do not have to turn it in. You can always go back into your assignments and find that Pear Deck. Also, make sure even if they get it done, make sure they're going back into that Pear Deck and practicing their letter names and sounds, practicing short vowel nonsense words. Make sure that they're checking their work so they can get a 100%. Okay, so that basically is how it's going to go. If you end up having questions, everybody should have my cell phone number. If you don't, just reach out, email me, call me at the school. You can get my cell phone number. Call me, text me, email me. I'm going to be available for you guys. I know this is frustrating. The whole world's feeling it right now.